rate times time. Di ba? So ito ay mga scalar quantities. No? Pero this scalar has no direction, magnitude only. No? Okay. Pero ito, let's say, velocity, meron kasi ito tinatawag na speed. Ayan, yun yung tinatawag na pwedeng rate, pero that is distance over time. So this is a scalar quantity. Now, ano ang kanyang pag sinabi pala kasi natin distance, that is the total length of the distance travel, no? From point A to point B. Now, if we will relate it, for example, for displacement, what is an example of a displacement? Pag sinabi natin displacement. So in physics, generally, pag sinabi natin displacement, that is the direct line distance, no? Kaya that is the direct line distance. Okay? So more on ano tayo, mga theoretical, no? From starting point. From starting point. From starting point to end point. That's how we understand this, no? Okay, ngayon, kapag tinanong ko anong, bawa, saan ba ginagamit yan? Kasi kung i-define natin yung distance, that is, di ba, bawa, titinan natin yung pagkakaiba ng distance. Pag sinabi natin distance kasi, definition, is the length, total length of distance travel. Now, i-compare natin siya. Okay, yung distance travel. Now, we will compare this, no, to the velocity. Anong kaiba ng speed sa velocity? Usually, if we will relate this mathematically, velocity is simply the displacement over time. And these are the mathematical formula. No? So, pag sinabi natin instantaneous velocity, when we say instantaneous velocity, so what does it mean? What is the formula? That is v dx over dt. No? Instantaneous acceleration, what does it mean? That is simply a dv over dt is equivalent to the derivative of dx over dt all over dt. That is simply d squared over then d t squared. No? Yun yung tinatawag na instantaneous. Pag sinabi nating average acceleration, yung mga kaibahan, no? I think isang L lang ito. Mahirap sa spelling. Tama, isang L lang. That is the average acceleration is simply the velocity final minus the velocity initial all over the final time minus the initial time. So most likely, these are the very important formulas that we need to consider pagdating dito sa sa physics, no? So I hope this is clear to all of us, no? That is pertaining to speed versus velocity. Alam na natin displacement and distance. Usually etong mga to, these are scalar quantities. Pag sinabi natin scalar, magnitude only. Okay, itong mga to, that's scalar. Ito naman is vector. Pag sinabi natin vector, what does it mean? Pag vector, magnitude and what? Direction. So alam na natin yung mga kaibahan nito, no? So kasama na yan, no? So can you give me example of scalar? Scalar quantities, yung mga time, distance, speed. Vector quantities, yung may direction, yung, acceleration, velocity, etc. Okay, so any question about this before we proceed? Yung isa, yung sa free falling, yung kinematics, yung kinematic equation, nangyayari yun if acceleration is constant. Sige, no? So I will clear this at dito tayo sa kinematics. May tatlong formula na kayo. Usually ito lumalabas na formula kapag physics. Ito talagang subok ko na to, guys, no? Subok ko to. Tatlong formula lumalabas to sa Coral 1. Yung tatlo, yung VF is equal to VI plus and minus 280. Alam na. That is VI plus 280. Ay, plus 80, sorry. Ayan. Plus and minus 80. Tapos yung isa, yung S is VIT plus and minus 1 half 80 square. Okay, so yan yung ating yan yung ating formula. What else? Meron ka pang velocity initial o square, o that is VI square plus and minus 2AS. So yan yung tatlong formula na dapat nating tandaan. O ano ba yun? Yung VF, V sub F, the velocity final. Okay, velocity final, VI is velocity initial. Ano pa ba? S is distance. No, A is acceleration. Okay, these are the basic important concept, no? Pagdating natin sa kinematics, no? Okay, ngayon, pag sinabi nating free falling, ito usually dito tayo magko-concentrate ng mga ganitong kasi ito yung lumalabas sa exam. Free falling bodies. Hanggat hindi pa, kasi next term pala, magbabago na yung coverage kasi may meron na atang bagong I don't know sa EE sa ECE kasi nabago na rin. Kasama nyo na yung mga EMAGs. Anyway, ito yung mga formula. Okay. Ito, parehas lang naman. Nag-iba lang is yung G is the gravitational constant. No? Yung Y is the height. VIT plus and minus. T is time. Minus 1 half GT square. VF square of the velocity, the final velocity. Plus and minus 2 GS. So yan yung mga formula na dapat itandaan pagdating sa free falling. Pag sinabi natin free falling bodies, for example, no, there is meron ka tinatawag na reference line. Okay, this is the reference line. Then you throw a certain object. No, marireach siya yung pinakatuktok. No, ito yung tinatawag na height. 'Di ba? So meron kang tinatawag na height. Okay, so yan yung sa free falling, no? So yung G, depende sa yun. Yung G may 9.81 meter per second square. Meron namang 32.2 feet per second square. So depende sa gamit, no? Pero yun yung gravitational constant. Okay? Yun yung sa physics, no? Okay, so I think that is clear. Any questions so far? Before we proceed, sandali lang. Wait lang, guys. So wait lang guys, few minutes. Okay, so let's continue. So let me share my PowerPoint. I think we have some problems to solve here. Starting from pillar, okay, that is an example of a distance formal or velocity, no? Yan natin. Starting from pillar, you run 200 meter east at the x direction at an average speed of 5 meter per second, and then run 280 meters west at an average speed of 4 meter per second. Calculate your speed from the pillar to post. So if we will relate this, no, let me have a drawing here. If we will have, let's say this is the north, east and west and south. If this is the 200 meter, and then 280 meter. Kasi di ba, east and west eh. So now the tendency for the first segment of the travel, we have S1, that is D1 over T1. So now we can assume that T1, kasi given yung ano eh, di ba D1 and given din yung S1 o yung tinatawag natin na S1 nga, no? So for this D1 is 200 meters. Then we have 5 meter per second. Ito yung rate, speed. So therefore, we have, if we will divide this, 200 divided by 5, that is 40 seconds. Okay. So that is for the first segment. Okay, that is for the first segment, no? So segment siya of the travel. Now for the second segment, we have this example. We have S sub 2 is equivalent to D sub 2 all over T sub 2. Okay, so we have D sub 2 all over T sub 2. T sub 2 is simply D sub 2 all over S sub 2. We have 280 meters divided by 4 meter per second. In which the case, we have 70 seconds. So the question is, we are asking for the speed, and that is the average speed. And what is the formula for the average speed? For the average speed, we have S, we have D1 plus D2 all over T1 plus T2. Basically, we have 200 plus 280 all over 40 plus 70. So we have, in my calculator, we have 4.36 meter per second. That is the speed from a pillar to a post. Okay, you have questions? That is how we calculate the speed from a pillar to a post. Okay, you have question regarding this matter? Okay, so you can now screenshot or take the picture, no, of the solution. Then we'll proceed to the next example. Let's check what is the next topic. Kung ito ba speed pa rin. Okay, so kinematics. This is an example of a kinematics problem. So how far does an automobile move? No? So did you still recall the formulas kanina that we introduced? Diba? So medyo madami-dami yun, diba? If you still recall, yung tatlong formula. No? Kasi pagdating nyo sa exam, yan yung medyo talaga masasabi ko na madami talaga. Yung those kind of problem. No? Sige. So wait lang ha. Gusto ko lang yung ilaw. Ang dilim ng ilaw namin dito. Okay. Yeah. Okay, sige. So, going back. So, how far an automobile move while the speed increases uniformly from 15 to 45 km per hour? So, basically, we have a car. Okay, we have a car moving in this direction, which the speed is 15 km per hour. And this moves from one point to another. Then we have an acceleration here. Then we have another car. Okay. So from 15 km/h, it changes from 15 to 45. So this will be the another velocity. This is the 45 km/h. Now, what did you notice? Again, this we have a certain distance. How far does it travel when the speed changes from 15 km/h to 45 km/h in just 20 seconds? So take note, this is 20 seconds. So we need to convert first yung ating velocity initial of 15 km/h to meter per second. So by converting, we have 1 kilometer, then 1,000 meter, then times 1 hour, all over 3,600 seconds. Then kilometer will be cancelled, R will be cancelled. No? Then what will happen is the meter per second. So we have in my calculator, 4.167 meter per second. That is for the velocity initial. And for the velocity final, we have 45 km/h. Then you need to convert it. So we have 1,000 meter in 1 kilometer, then times 1 hour all over 3,600 seconds. Then basically, in our calculation, I have 12.5 meter per second. And that's how we interpret this. Okay? So now, basically, what is the formula for here? The V sub F. We need to, kasi we are asking for the how far. When you say how far, we are looking for the distance. But before we find the distance, we should know the formula. And this is the basic formula. If you still recall that the formula of kinematics. And what are those formula? We have 12.5 meter per second. The initial, we have the 4.167 plus and minus the acceleration we don't know. What is because there is a certain acceleration when it changes from 15 to 45, there is an acceleration, but the time is 20 seconds. So therefore, we could solve for the acceleration. This is 28. Then if you will convert this 12.5 minus 4.167, that is 8.333. Then acceleration is 20 seconds all over 8.333 meter per second. So therefore, acceleration, in my calculator, I have 0.41665 meter per second square. But again, this is not the answer yet because we are just looking for the acceleration. So therefore, we need to find the distance. So that's dito papasok yung formula lang ito. VOT plus and minus 1/2 AT square. So since this is an acceleration, this is a positive value. Kasi when deceleration, that is the time that we will be we will be using negative. And since this is an acceleration, we will use positive. So BO is 4.167 meter per second. Okay, multiplied by the time, which is 20 seconds. Okay, seconds will be cancelled. Then plus, again, we will use plus sign because this is acceleration. So 1/2 and 0.41665 meter per second square. Then the time is 20 square, automatically second square. So second square will be cancelled out. So therefore, meter ang matitira. So what is the distance? In my calculator, I have 167 meter. So that's how distance, or that is how far does an automotive mobile move? The answer is 167. It moves 167 meter when the automobile changes its speed from 15 km per hour to 45 km per hour in just 20 seconds. So the answer is 167 meters. So I suggest guys, no, if you are solving, try to always indicate the units. That is my technique. When I'm solving in physics, I usually write the units because it means sometimes it will be confusing. Sometimes because just like with why do we convert? Why do we need to convert? And why do we convert the values? Because you notice kilometer per hour and 20 seconds. You cannot multiply this directly. You need to convert either the 20 seconds or the kilometer per hour. And basically, if ang makikita mo sa choices is in meters, hindi dapat i-convert mo siya. Depende. What if ang naka-kilometer naman yung ano? O, depende mong retain to. Ito naman yung 20 seconds ang convert mo to hour. So it depends to you. No? Okay? You have questions, guys, on this problem? Okay, kindly thumbs up if this problem is clear. Kindly give me a thumbs up. Okay, no? Sige, I will click na. 1, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That is problem number 2. Ito, this kind of an example is free falling. Sabi, a ball is dropped from 100 meter high building or 100 meter high. If the mass of the ball is 10 grams, after what time will the ball strike the earth? So basically, that statement, when a ball is dropped, what does it indicate? It means that initial velocity is 0. Okay, bakit? Bakit siya 0? A ball is dropped from a building. Oh, imagine ito, this is the building, then this is the ball. Automatically, this is the height. So 0 ang kanyang velocity initial. So therefore, if we will pertain for the, and again, this is a free falling. That is why usually VOT plus and minus 1/2 GT square. Since velocity initial is 0, so therefore, and sa free falling, kapag pababa, positive ang ano, no? Kapag pataas kasi, doon na nagiging negative ang gravitational. Pero since pababa, positive siya. So 1/2, again meter siya, so 9.81 meter per second square. Then the time needed, no? Yun ang hinahanap natin. If the mass of the ball is after what time, so t square. Actually, given na yung ano natin na 100. Okay, so what will be the time? Okay, so most likely, sa akin, the ball will strike the earth in my calculation 4.515 seconds. That is the time required for the ball to strike the earth. It needs 4.51 seconds. No? So the ball will strike the earth 4.51 seconds after being dropped. So that is the solution for number 2. Okay, any question? So that is a free falling. No? So most likely, ito yung mga coverage ng Physics 1 sa Corel 1. Two bodies. Okay, isasama ko na rin to. I think that is that kind of example is yung merong tinatawag na gravitational law of gravitational. constant, no, sa physics, no? Isasama ko na rin siya. Although most likely yung kinetics talaga madami kapag physics 1. But syempre, we will include this example, no? So if you're for more, review natin, no, guys. This is the formula of universal gravitation. What is the formula for the universal gravitation? This is the formula. F is G, M1, M2 all over D square. Okay, yan yung formula. So ano yung G? Most likely, meron tayong mga given yan. G is 6.673 times 10 raised to negative 11 Newton square meter per square kilogram. That is a constant. Okay? So, yan yung ating magiging constant value for 6.673 times 10 raised to negative 11. Then for the mass 1, M1, 450 milligram. So, i-convert pa natin yan. No? Kailangan natin convert to kilogram. Kasi ang unit dapat dito, it should be in kilogram. So, dapat we need to convert milligram times 10 raised to 3 grams. No? Convert natin. No? Usually, kapag i-convert mo yan, that is 1 kilogram is 10 raised to 6 milligram mg. No? So ito magka-cancel to. Therefore, in my calculator, that is 450 times 10 raised to 6 kilogram, negative 6 kilogram. No? Similarly, yun din yung ating mass 2 because sabi, 2 bodies each having a mass of 450. So therefore, our mass 2, similarly, we have 450 milligram times 1 kilogram all over 10 raised to 6 milligram. Milligram will be cancelled out. So therefore, what will happen? That is 450 times 10 raised to negative 6 kilogram. So therefore, if we have two masses, then we have the D, which is 10 kilometer apart. Then actually, we have 1 kilometer. Then 1,000 meter. We need to convert this to meter. Therefore, that is 10,000 meters. So why do we need to have some conversion? Because the gravitational constant that we are using is at Newton square meter per square kilogram. Now, to determine the force exerted on each other using due to gravitation, is we will apply the formula times 10 raised to negative 11 Newton. I always write the units when I am solving, no, so that we can determine, no, what will be the final unit, and we will not be confused if there are sometimes the problem, no, will give you confusion. That's like this. You need to convert. So do not write directly the variables, because what will happen if you write it directly, you may neglect the units. So therefore, you need to write those units so that you can see if you will directly write that or you need to convert. Just like this. Mass, you cannot directly for 50 because it is in milligram, that it should be in kilogram. So therefore, you will multiply the masses, which is 450 times 10 raised to negative 6. Then 450 times 10 raised to negative 6. Automatically, square kilogram. Because you will multiply, then you will cancel it. Then the distance, we have 10,000 meter. Naka-square to, then also the meter. So meter squared will be also cancelled out. Therefore, what will remain is the Newton. That is the unit of force. So F is equivalent to, in my calculation, as the force exerted on each other is, can you check na, 1.35 times 10 raised to negative 25 Newton. That is the force exerted. So take note of this. Okay, you have questions with that? Malinaw ba? Is it clear? Paki-thumbs up, guys. If this is clear dito sa part ng physics, no? Okay, sige. So this is clear. So 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So I will clear this na. Okay. I will also upload this, no? Okay, so 1,580 kilogram car is traveling with a speed of 15 meter per second. What is the magnitude of the horizontal net force that is required to bring the car to a halt a distance of 50 meters? So what does it mean, no? Okay, so this kind of problem, I think this is in relation with force, no? So ano bang naalala nyo doon sa formula sa Newton's law muna tayo. Ano ba ang Newton's law? Motion. Di ba tatlo yan? Meron tayong first law, second law. Di ba? Anyway, no, ang reviewin ko lang natin, no, mamaya, makukuha naman natin to, no? Pero reviewin ko lang kayo, guys, that the summation of forces is mass times the acceleration. Or simply F is equivalent to mass times acceleration. Okay? If the unit of mass is kilogram times acceleration is square meter. So kaya ang Newton is simply also equivalent to kilogram meter per second square. And that is in accordance with the Newton's law of motion, no? Yung second law actually. So basically in this problem, what are the given? So we have mass of 1,580 kilogram. Then velocity initial, that is 15 meter per second. Then the distance, sabi, what is the horizontal net that is equal to bring the car to a distance of 50 meter. So lagay ko na x 50 meter, yan yung distance. Okay? So what will the solution? Since it's travel horizontally, okay, the car is, di naman nagtatravel ng car ng pataas. Magulat ka pa nagtatravel ng pataas yung car, no? Di naman siya flying car. So therefore, a car is traveling horizontally. So therefore, if you still recall the equation of the kinematics, pwede kong gamitin yung isa. Okay. Kasi given yung distance, no? So therefore, yun ang gagamitin ko. Most likely, kapag ganyan, ang ating zero ang ating velocity final, no? Kasi 'di ba, 1,580 kilograms traveling with the speed. Okay, so that is 0. Then meron ka dito na 15 meter per second. So multiply mo ito. Okay. Then plus 2, we will solve for the acceleration, but we already have the 50. So therefore, magma-minus to, acceleration is negative 2.20. Oh, what does it mean, guys? Oh, what does it mean that we have a negative acceleration? A negative sign or negative acceleration means that the direction of the force is opposite to the direction of the motion. Yun ang ibig sabihin. If this is the force, this is the motion. Opposite sila with each other. Kaya therefore, if we are, when the acceleration is negative, it is slowing down, ang ibig sabihin. No, slowing down siya. Yan ang analysis natin. So therefore, the summation of force in terms of x is equal to mass times acceleration. Simply F is 1,580 kilogram multiplied by the acceleration of negative 2.25 meter per second square. So therefore, we have in the force that is negative 3,555 Newton. That is the answer. It indicates that the direction of the force is opposite to the direction of the motion. That's why we obtain a negative value. And that is the answer for that kind of problem. Sa problem number 5. Okay? You have questions so far? Naintindihan ba? So ayun, no? Naintindihan yung part na yan. Okay. Okay, so that is 1,000 negative 3,555. So what is the kinetic energy of a 4,000 pound automobile? So it is moving at 44 feet per second. So kinetic energy na tayo, no? So we're pertaining to kinetic energy, no? KE. So by the way, ano bang kaibahan niyan? Ano bang ibig sabihin ng kinetic energy? Okay, so are you familiar, no? Okay, so pag sinabi natin kinetic energy, I think no, siguro ano muna ako ng derivation ng potential energy sa kinetic. Kasi ang sa law of conservation of energy, by the way, energy can neither be created nor destroyed. Diba? It merely changes from one another. So therefore, the potential energy is equivalent to the kinetic energy. So mgh, that is 1/2 mv squared. So m will be cancelled out. Then automatically, v squared is 2gh. Then take the square root, take the square root. V is equivalent to square root of 2gh. G is gravitational constant, no? So, ayan, binigyan ko na ng formula. Pero sa kinetic energy kasi, the formula is for the work, di ba meron tayong work done. When the work is kinetic energy, work is equivalent to the kinetic energy. So kung natatandaan niyo itong mga derivation, f of s is 1/2 mv squared. Okay, so tandaan niyo itong mga formula. Ngayon, dun sa problem na yan, no, what is the kinetic energy of a 4,000 pound? Kinetic energy is simply 1/2 mv squared. But m is simply weight over the gravity. Kaya therefore, our KE is 1/2. We have 4,000 pounds all over 32.2. Then 44 feet square. So therefore, our KE, so isolve na natin, no? That is 120,248.45 foot-pound. That is the kinetic energy of a 4,000 pound automobile moving at 44 feet per second. Now that's how the formula is. Okay, so you have questions so far? Tira ko nito 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so another is a 200-gram apple is thrown from the edge of a tall building with an initial speed of 20 meters per second. What is the change in kinetic energy of the apple if it strikes the ground at 15 meters per second? So how do we solve this? So change of kinetic energy. That is 1/2 m v sub 2 square minus v sub 1 square. Yun yung ating kinetic energy. Okay, so therefore, yung change of kinetic energy natin is 1/2. I think i-convert ko tong 20 meter per second, no, to kilometer, no? O yung 20 to 20, so magiging 0.2 yan, multiplied by 50 para maging meter, no? 0.2, 50 square minus 20 square. So therefore, the change of kinetic energy is 210 kilogram square meter all over square second. And that is change of kinetic energy, that is 210 joules. Okay, so that is the change in kinetic energy. No, I hope this is clear now. These examples are clear. Okay, so 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So those are examples, no, dito sa physics. Okay, at her point, a girl on a swing is 7 feet above the ground, and her lowest point is 3 feet above the ground. What is the maximum velocity? So if this is the girl, so, di ba? Meron siyang velocity for, hindi natin alam yung kanyang initial. So at ito yung, let's say, yung reference point. So nag-swing siya. Pag nag-swing siya, automatically, di ba, mapupunta to dito. Kasi nag-swing to. Okay, so mapupunta yan dito sa taas. So let's say, ito yan, nandito siya. Then the velocity is 0. Then at certain point, sabi, swing is 7 feet from the ground. And our lowest is 3 feet. O dito yung pinaka-lowest 3. Automatically 4 to. Okay, what is the formula? So dito ko gagamit yung formula natin na potential energy is equivalent to mgh. And also, di ba, KE is 1/2 mv squared. Di ba, nag-equal yan? Potential energy is equal to kinetic energy. So mgh is equivalent to 1/2 mv squared. M will be cancelled out. Then matitira yung V. Ito yung dinerive ko kanina. Square root of 2gh. Then therefore, substituting the value, naka-meter na 32.2 ang gagamitin natin kasi naka-fit tayo. No? You will use 32.2 as gravitational constant. Then I will use 4. Yung nandito. That is the height. Yung h height. No? Kasi what is the maximum velocity? So 4 yung gagamitin ko, nandito. So therefore, V is sa aking calculation 16.05 feet per second. And that is the answer for the velocity. Okay, any questions so far? Okay, so thank you. No? 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Clear na natin ito. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 1, 5, 4, 3, 2, and what is the retarding force necessary to stop a .45 caliber bullet of a mass of 20 grams and a speed of 300 meters per second? And it penetrates a wooden block on a depth of 2 inches. So this is the, for example, the block. Then a velocity here. Then a bullet. No? So bumaon siya. Bumuon siya 2 inches. Okay, so ang sabi, what is the retarding force? So we need to convert 2 inches. 2 inches in meter, no? So times 1 foot over 12 inches. Then times 1 meter, 3.28 feet. Feet will be cancelled out. Inches will be cancelled out. Hanggang sa matira in meter. So my calculation, 0.051 meter. So still, this is the work energy relation. Ano ba yung ibig sabihin ulit ng work energy relation. The work energy relation is simply f of x is equivalent to, di ba may f1, f of s tayo kanina or x, mv square. So, i-equate ko lang yung x natin na 0.051 meter is equivalent to 1/2. And actually, 220 grams. So, kailangan natin i-convert yan. Yung 20 grams na yan, no? I-convert ko to kilogram. So, 20 grams times 1 kilogram all over 1,000 grams. Then multiplied by the velocity of 300 meter per second square. So makukuha ko na yung F. Shipson function. Actually, pag Shipson function ka yan, ang lalabas ay 17,716.5 unit kilogram, meter matitira, square. And that is a Newton. So the force is 17,716.5 Newton. And that is the answer. Okay? Ayun. So that is the ayun, no? So that is the solution. Okay. So yung mga siguro panoorin nyo, naka-recorded naman ito. Na-upload ko na yung probability and statistics. I think siguro itong week ma-upload ko na ito para at least makapag-review kayo, no, on Tuesday for your SA4. Then we don't have meetings na anymore after Tuesday. So use that time to review, no, to practice. So marami kayong re-review, no? Okay. Okay, no? So next. Okay, sige. Clear ko na ito. I think matapos natin to, no? On the average horsepower required to raise a 150 kilogram height to height of 20 meter over a period over 1 minute. Oh, that is the formula niyan ganito. Power is work over time, no? Okay, power is work over time. But also work. So dito, ang kalaban mo dito, mga kailangan marami ka alam na formula. Pag wala ka alam na formula, medyo mahirapan ka sa physics, na. So hindi naman na tayo magde-derive, di ba? Haba, no? So yan na, isasabihin natin yung formula. So therefore, pwede kong sabihin yan ay force times distance over time. Okay? So therefore, ngayon, para malaman ko yung power, meron na akong force. Ang force kasi, simply pa, mass times acceleration. So, i-multiply ko pa itong 150 kilogram. Ang acceleration is 9.81 meter per second square. Multiplied by the distance of 20 meter. Okay, so kilogram second, dapat itong 1 minute convert to second. So 1 minute times 60 seconds all over 1 minute. So therefore, the power na kailangan natin dito sa calculation ko, 490.5 Newton. Newton kasi ito meter all over second. In which this is watts. Watts to kasi work over time is power. Unit to ng work, unit to ng time. So that is 490.5 watts. Diba? Kasi diba, work to eh. Newton meter. Ito work. Ito ay time. Ang unit ng power is watts. Now, ang tanong, kapag horsepower, 746 watts. 1 horsepower is 746 watts. O some book, 745. Pero most likely ako ginagamit ko 746. So pag kinumpit ko siya, that is 0.66 horsepower. O yan yung pinaka solution natin. That is the average horsepower required to raise 150 kilogram to a height of 20 meter over a period of 1 minute, which is 6.66 horsepower. So I think dapat it should be clear, no? To all of you. Okay? Sige, clear ko na. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so yan yung sa physics. Ito guys, impulse. Saka momentum. Ang rule lang natin dito, initial momentum o momentum is equivalent to final momentum. Okay? So initial momentum is M1 V1 plus M2 V2. So that is M1 plus M2. Then that's plus V. So mass 1 is 16. That is 0.3. So convert ko na, no? Plus 4. Opposite direction siya kaya negative 0.5. Okay? Is equivalent to 16 plus 4. Then V. Then for the V, that is 0.14 centimeter per second. No? So that's how the velocity of collision. Using the initial momentum, which is equivalent to final momentum. Okay? Sige, so pakikopya. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So that's how we solve problems, no? In relation with the initial. So ito naman is a 40-gram rifle bullet with the speed of 300 meters per second strikes into a ballistic pendulum of mass of 5 kilograms suspended from a cord 1 meter long. Compute for the vertical height to which the pendulum rises. So imagine this is the pendulum, no? This is the velocity. Then this is mass 1. Then mass 2. Then velocity is 0. So ang initial momentum natin dito is M1 V1 plus M2 V2. No? Yan yung initial momentum which can be 0.04 multiplied by 300 plus 5 times 0. So sa initial momentum natin dito, in my calculator, I have 12. Okay? Now, the second is after the bullet hits the pendulum. Diba? Nung tinamaan yung bullet, ang nangyari, usually ito yung initial. Ngayon magsa-sudden movement yan. So parang mangyayari, gumalaw yung ating pendulum. No? So ito yung velocity niya. Then may certain height. So most likely, yung mass 1 nito nadagdagan. So ano na ngayon yung final momentum? The final momentum is, kung di ako nagkakamali, M1 plus B, M1 plus M2 multiplied by V. And that is 0.04 plus 5 V. And the final momentum is 5.04 V. Okay, so ngayon, i-equate natin yan. Diba yung initial momentum? Dito na lang. The initial momentum to the final momentum. So that is 12 is equivalent to 5.04 V. Therefore, our V is simply 2.38 meter per second. That is how we solve. No? Ano bang hinahanap? Compute the vertical height hinahanap. So, para mahanap yan, I think conservation of energy. Ayan, haba pa rin ito. KE is equivalent to PE. Ayan yung solution dyan. Haba pala niya, no? So, 1/2 mv square mgh. So, m will be cancelled out hanggang sa matira yung h, which is v squared all over 2g. Then we have 2.38 squared to 9.81. Height is 0.2887 meter, or kung centimeter yan, 28.87 centimeter. So that is the final answer for this problem. Okay, so that is how we solve this problem. Okay, any questions so far? I think that is the, you may review na lang ito. Okay. Oh, ito naman, a gold weighs, matapos ito, 1.6 ounces. Its velocity immediately after being driven is 225 feet per second. What is the impulse of the blow in slug feet per second? So, pag sinabi natin impulse, guys, sa physics, no, impulse is mv. Mass times the velocity, which is also equivalent to the weight over gravity times the v. Okay, so ang weight natin is 1.6 ounces times 1 pound all over 16 ounces. So weight is 0.1 pounds. Now, for solving for the impulse, that is 0.1 pound divided by 32 feet per second square multiplied by 225 feet per second. So impulse is 0.703 slug feet per second. Yan yung sa calculator ko. That is the impulse. Based on the calculation that we have. No? Okay, so question so far. So that, ayun, nire-recall natin yung mga formula. Kasi yan yung gagamitin nyo na kailangan yung reviewin pag physics ang pinag-aaralan. No? Formula based to. Ano ba mga example natin? Okay, centripetal force. So we are pertaining with a centripetal force. So parang siyang kinematics, no? Sa dynamics, kung familiar kayo doon sa yung centripetal force, no? 50,000 Newton with the speed. Find the centripetal force. Okay. Ay, wait lang guys, saglit lang. May ano lang, may bisita lang ako. Okay, so going back, no? A 50,000 Newton car traveling with a speed of 150 kilometer rounds a curve, those radius is 150. Find the centripetal force. F sub C is W V squared over all over GR. Converting the velocity of 150 kilometer per hour, so V is 150 kilometer per hour times 1 hour divided by 3,600 seconds times 1,000 meter all over 1 kilometer. So V is equivalent to 41.67 meter per second. So that is the velocity. Okay, pero hinahanap tayo yung values. F sub C, 50,000 Newton, then 41.67 meter per second square all over 9.81 meter per second multiplied by 150 meter. So yung centripetal force is, sa calculator ko, is 59 Newton. That's how we solve, no? Okay. So last example na. Okay, so 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Last example for physics problem. So ito, siguro hindi na to masyado, pero sige, bigay ko lang konti, no? About sa ano to, yung mga vibration. The period of vibrating object which an acceleration of 8 meter per second when its displacement is 1 meter. Okay, so bigay ko na yung formula, baka lumabas. Mali niyo lumabas, no? 2 pi square root of S all over A. So, yung A is the acceleration in meter per second. Yung S, displacement in meter. So, T is equivalent to 2 pi 1 over 8. So T is 2.22 seconds. So that is the answer. Okay, so tapos na tayo sa physics. Yun yung summary. Although sa Coral 1 naman, hindi naman masyado sa inyo. Pero kasama pa rin siya. No? Sige, ganito, no? So hindi ko naman check isa-isa yung attendance nyo. Hindi na ako makakapag-roll call. Just write your full name in the chat box. I will just check it manually na lang. Siguro sometime mamaya, no? Just write your complete name in the chat box. Your full name, dash, no? Yung lahat ng mga pangalan nyo, dash your complete name that will serve as your attendance for today. So again, reminders, I will just add additional topic that formative tayo sa Monday. Then on Tuesday, we will be having our summative assessment 4, which covers probability and statistics and physics. Sige, no? Sa Tuesday ang ating SA4. Sige guys, kung wala na,